Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Stella Beauty Tarot back at you again with another video. I would like to thank each and every one of you for liking, commenting, subscribing, and donating to my channel. I really do appreciate all the love and all the support. And thank you for those of you who booked readings with me. It is truly appreciated, okay? So as you guys could tell by the title of this video is going to be about what vibe do you give off? What type of vibe do you give off? Okay, so we're going to be using the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot for the card selections, okay? So we're going to smudge these bad boys and we're going to go ahead and shuffle the cards. So what type of vibe do you give off? What type of vibe do you give off? So pile number one, we have the Four of Pentacles. Pile number two, we have the Ten of Pentacles. And pile number three, we have the Ace of Swords. Okay, so pile number one, Four of Pentacles. Pile number two, Ten of Pentacles. And pile number three, the Page of Swords. Okay, so pause this video if you must and meditate on the card that you feel most drawn to. You'll be able to find your timestamp in the description box below, and I'll see you guys at your pile. Hi pile one, welcome to my channel. This is Stella Beauty Tarot back at you again with another video. So pile number one, you picked the Four of Pentacles. So this is going to be your reading, okay? So if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you back. And if you are a newbie, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. So the way I like to do this is I like to smudge the cards first before we get started, so we don't pick up the energy of previous pile or previous readings, okay? So my pile number one, starting from left to right, we have the the Muse Tarot deck. The one in the middle is the Lightseer Tarot. The one on the far right is the Everyday Witch Tarot. Okay, so pile number one, what vibes do you give off? What vibes do you give off? First off, with the Four of Pentacles, I'm getting like strong boundaries, okay? Reserved energy, because the Four of Pentacles could be somebody who's reserved. It's not always about penny pincher or what's the other word? Not penny pincher, but somebody who is, it could be greed too, Four of Pentacles, but I'm not getting that vibe. What I'm getting from you, the vibe that you're giving off, is somebody who is reserved, who has strong boundaries, okay? That you don't open up easily. Like you're on guard with the Four of Pentacles. So what vibes do you give off? Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles wanted to come out. What vibes do you give off? You see, we have the King of Pentacles. What vibes do you give off? Like you're reliable. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the Four of Cups. What vibes do you give off? We have the Ten of Pentacles and we have the Chariot. Wow, like very disciplined person, strong will. You know where you're going, you know where you're headed. You're I'm getting, yes, with you're disciplined. There's another word that's coming out, but with the King of Pentacles, you're reliable, trustworthy. This is the vibe that you give off, okay? Even though you come off as like with strong boundaries, but like you're still respected because you're reliable. You have a reliability energy to you because you follow suit, okay? Like having strong boundaries is really good because you respect yourself enough to like allow certain people in your world and limit others. You know what you want, you know where you're going. With the Chariot here, with the Ten of Pentacles is like family oriented. You give off the vibe also with the Ten of Pentacles that you have money, that you're financially stable, that you live an abundant life with the Ten of Pentacles, okay? The Knight of Cups is like, you don't, like, I'm getting, yes, the Knight of Cups could be like a smooth talker, but I'm getting like you come off as like being sweet, okay, gentle with the Knight of Cups, very loving, nurturing. With the Four of Cups, I'm getting like, Four of Cups could be like sometimes not taking on more than you could take, okay? Like you know your limit. You know, like you're not gonna, sometimes you could be emotionally unavailable with the Four of Cups. This is like the type of vibe that you give off. This is why like I'm getting like being closed off, okay? Not being always emotionally available to people. That's the vibe that you give off, okay? That you're more focused on your money. You're more focused on your goals and your journey, okay? That's the vibe that you give off. But that you're still sweet. You're very loving, okay? Like when you speak to people, you speak with respect, okay? This is what I'm getting with the Knight of Cups. Maybe you have a sweet voice. But I'm getting like you're not emotionally available with the Four of Cups, okay? We have the Lovers. What vibes do you give off? Lovers, what vibes? That's Gemini energy. Like you give like, because that energy, the Lovers, could be sexual attraction, okay? You give off that energy. People find you very alluring, seducing. Yeah, we have the King of Wands, you see? Yeah, that's what I was getting. Like seduction, very handsome, attractive, beautiful. This is the vibe that you give off, like a beautiful woman or a handsome man. With the King of Wands, like I'm getting like you give off the fiery vibe that you know you're gold oriented. With the King of Wands, you're independent and confident in yourself. With the King of Wands, that's the vibe that you give off, like very confident. You know where your leadership, like this is what I'm getting, leadership skills, sure of yourself, flamboyant energy. Okay, like within like that energy, that flamboyant energy is not something that you show off, that you just, that's the energy, the vibe that you give off, okay? That you have a flamboyant life, or like your lifestyle is like, you know, people that are in your energy or in your circle, they get to witness that. But that's the vibe that you give off to other people that don't know you. Like you lead an exciting lifestyle, okay? And you have the means for it with the Ten of Pentacles. We have the Hangman and the Death card. Yeah, seductive, alluring vibe with the Death. Like you give off the vibe that you're very strong as well, disciplined with the Death card. Like you're able to bounce back like a phoenix, rise from the ashes and come back stronger than ever. You know, you don't back down. This is the vibe that you give off with the Death card. Like you don't back down. Yeah, like you're a soldier. You stand tall, stand strong in your power. Yeah, you see, with the strong found, that's where I got the strong boundaries from with the Four of Pentacles. Okay, you give off the vibe that you're enlightened with the Hangman. Okay, that you have a lot of wisdom and knowledge on different topics. I'm like different knowledge. That's the vibe that you give off. What vibes do you give off? Pile number 1. We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have, you see, like we have the High Priestess. What's this? 10 of Wands. What vibes do you give off? We have the Emperor, you see, strong leadership. That's what I said. I sense that vibe, leadership vibe. Like you have your own business. You're able to shoulder great responsibilities with the 10 of Wands, okay? Like you're a boss. You give off the vibe that you're a boss. Like you know, when you walk like with purpose. This is what I'm getting when you're in the streets. You know where you're going. You're alert. Okay, so that's the vibe that people get from you when you walk in the streets, okay? With the High Priestess, like you could pick up on energies. You're very in tune, very intuitive. This is why the Hangman is here as well. Like I said, enlightened. You know, you have knowledge of like different topics, like, you know, numerology, astrology. This is what I'm getting here. You give off that vibe, okay? Knight of Pentacles, I'm getting somebody who is slow and steady, pay attention to details, okay, has their guards up, because Knight of Pentacles is somebody who is guarded too, okay? They don't rush things. They take their time when they make a decision, but like I said, when they make a decision, they stick to it. They're reliable, trustworthy, okay? Definitely trustworthy vibe here. You give off that vibe that you're trustworthy, that your word is bond. Like let's say if you say you're gonna do something, you actually follow suit, you follow through, okay? You don't just talk the talk, you actually walk the walk too. What vibes do you give off? See, we have the Queen of Pentacles, okay? Nurturing vibe, King of Pentacles, provider. We have the Page of Cups. What vibes do you give off? What vibes do you give off? We have the Death card again. We have the Nine of Swords. So with the Queen of Pentacles, I'm getting like, You also give off the vibe that you could be in a relationship, because we have the Lovers here, okay? And the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles is here. So like you're a married woman or married man, you know, that you have a family, 10 of Pentacles as well. Okay, you're a great provider. Like basically you providing for your family. This is like the main thing that people like, they sense from you. If you have children or if you have a family, that you give off that vibe that you're a great provider, nurturing as well, well kept. Like you give off the vibe that you're well kept, that you know you're doing the upkeep. Okay, it's not like someone else taking care of you. You give off the vibe that you are the boss. Like really with the Emperor here, like straight leadership skills, leadership, like a leader vibe. Okay, people follow suit, they listen to you, they respect your word. This is what I'm getting here, like that you're respected in your community. 9 of Swords, I'm not getting like it's you having anxiety or things like that. Is more that you are a lot in your head, that you have like, you give off the vibe that you're always like on the go. You always have something going on, like you're always on to the next topic, next subject. You always have multiple things that you have to tend to with the 9 of Swords. Okay, it's not always like negative vibe. It's more, it could also be like you're always thinking about the next thing to do, the next, like you're always on to the next. You're never, your mind is restless here, okay, with the 9 of Swords. Like you always have to think about new things, new ways of doing things, or is improving, because you're the Emperor here. You like, you can't really take a rest because people depend on you. This is what I'm getting with the 9 of Swords, okay? So with the Death card being here twice, it's like you give off the vibe as well, like that with the Death card is more of a rebirth energy. You're always improving. Death is about transformation, self-improvement, okay? Like just redoing things and like making it better. You're never satisfied with what you have. You always like, not that you're ungrateful. I'm not saying that. It's more like, okay, you did this, you've accomplished this. Now what's next? Always want to improve the quality of anything that you do, whether it's like the quality of your life, quality of your job, quality of your services that you provide in your business. You always want to improve. You always give off that vibe that you're on to something better, something greater, and always never settling for less. The Page of Cups is like, to me, is very forgiving energy, because it's like a card of forgiveness, but it's also a card of love. So I'm really getting like you give off the vibe of a loving energy, that you don't hold grudge. You're open-minded, especially with the Hangman. Okay. So what vibes do you give off, my pal? Yeah, we have the 7 of Pentacles. Your patience. You're a patient person. Okay, yeah, 7, especially with the 4 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, and Knight of Pentacles. That's patience, especially Knight of Pentacles. Okay, you know how to invest in things. Yeah, we have the Star here, and we have the King of Cups. Loving energy, like I said, you're very loving, nurturing. You're in tune with your emotions. That's the vibe that you give off. Like you're able to pick up on people's energy. Okay, you have a healing energy to you as well. You give off the vibe that you're well respected in your community as well, with the Star here and the Emperor. You shine bright. Okay, you give off the vibe that you are of high status, social status, with the Star as well. Okay, like you're in a high ranking in life, that you're well established as well. That's the vibe that you give off. What vibes do you give off? Yeah, we have Justice here. Some of you give off the vibe that you could be a judge or a lawyer. Like I said, well established, because Justice could be somebody who works in the legal field. Okay, like a lawyer, judge, especially lawyer and judge, or it could be a diplomat as well. So like of high ranking. This is the vibe that you give off. Like I said, you 10 of Pentacles, this is somebody who's well off, okay? Who is financially stable, that's able to provide, a great provider. We have the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. This is 2 providers, okay? The mother and the father. So you give off that vibe, whether male or female here, you give off that vibe that you're a great provider, that you're nurturing, you're loving and caring. You have leadership skills, like you may run a business. Like high ranking, this is what I'm getting, okay? A high ranking person, or like a high status in life, social status. Okay, and you did this on your own. Basically, this is the vibe that you give off. Like you made it happen on your own. Okay, let's get one more card. What vibes do you give off? What vibes do you give off, my pal number one? Yeah, you see, we have the world here. That you're respected in your community with the world card, okay? That's the vibe, that you're well known worldwide. Like I said, with the star, definitely that's the vibe that you give off. Your community respects you, the people around you respects you, or that you're a well-known person with the world here. Okay? So that's all I have for you, my pal number one. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I hope to see you in my next video, pal number one. Bye! Hi, pal two. Welcome to my channel. This is Stella Beauty Tarot back at you again with another video. So, pal number two, you picked the 10 of Pentacles. So this is going to be your reading, okay? So if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you back. And if you are a newbie, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. So the way I like to do this is I like to smudge the cards first before we get started, so we don't pick up the energy of previous pal or previous readings, okay? So pal number two, starting from left to right, we have the Muse Tarot deck. The one in the middle is the Lightseer Tarot. And the one on the far right is the Everyday Witch Tarot, okay? So pal number two, what vibes do you give off? What vibes do you give off? What vibes do you give off? Okay. So right off the bat, I'm getting with the 10 of Pentacles is that you're financially well off. Like you're living a life of luxury with the 10 of Pentacles, or that you come from a wealthy family. Okay, with the 10 of Pentacles. What vibes do you give off? We have the Ace of Wands. What vibes do you give off? We have the 9 of Cups. What vibes do you give off? What vibes do you give off? We have the 5 of Wands. What vibes do you give off? We have the King of Swords, and we have the Ace of Pentacles. So you see, we have the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. This is all, the Ace of Pentacles is about, you know, financial stability, reliability, okay? And Ace of Wands is all about creativity, sexual energy as well, okay? So you have a very exotic energy to you, exotic vibe to you with the Ace of Wands. You give off the vibe that you're very creative, that you probably play an instrument with the Ace of Wands, or that you like to write poems, or that you like acting. Okay, we have the 9 of Cups. You give off the vibe that you have your life is a wish fulfillment, like you have everything going on for yourself, you don't want for nothing. With the 5 of Wands, I'm getting like there is a lot of competition for your attention. You give off the vibe that there's a lot of people that want you, okay? And I feel like also people would like to compete with you with the 5 of Wands. But with the King of Swords, what I'm getting, like you give off the vibe that you're very intelligent, articulate, that you like to read books, okay? Like with the King of Swords, especially, like I'm getting like you like to I heard sci-fi. For some of you like to read sci-fi or self-improvement books, or like just business for like improving your business, or like self-help books. I'm getting with the King of Swords. But you always like to learn. It doesn't have to be those specific topics, but like I'm getting like you like to learn through reading, okay? You love to read with the King of Swords. That's the vibe that you give off. Okay, Ace of Pentacles, like you have money, basically, like you're financially stable, or you hold a great job. Yeah, you're in the public eye with the 6 of Wands. That's the vibe that you give off, that you're popular with the 6 of Wands. You're well known, well established. What vibes do you give off? What vibes do you give off? What vibes do you give off? We have the 9 of Pentacles and the 2 of Pentacles. Yeah, we have a lot of Pentacles here. So definitely financially, like you give off the vibe that you're doing well in life, or that you have a lot of money. You live a life of luxury with the 9 of Pentacles, that you're single and abundant. We have the 4 of Wands, that like you give off the vibe that it's always a good time with you in your environment, because the 4 of Wands does not always have to be twin flame soulmate card. It could be like celebration among people or being popular. I'm getting like really popular vibe here. That's the vibe that you give off, that you know a lot of people, or you have a lot of friends, or you have a large network. Okay. Yeah, you have a lot of things going on for yourself. You're always on the go. Okay, like I said, 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. Your life is wish fulfillment. Some of you could have a large social media platform with the 6 of Wands. Yeah, Ace of Swords, you see? Wants to come out. So what vibes do you give off? We have the Hierophant. What vibes? We have the 7 of Swords. What vibes do you give off? Yeah, I wanted to come out, the 7 of Swords. We have the 9 of Wands. Hierophant. What vibes do you give off? What vibes do you give off? Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so the Hierophant is like somebody who is religious, who is traditional, okay, who is also could work in government institution. It could be legal contract. The Hierophant, that's what it represents. We have 7 of Swords. So 7 of Swords is lying, cheating, deception, but it could also be being strategic, okay? Cleverness, because the fox is a clever animal, okay? We have the fox on it. Yes, the fox could be tricky, but he's also clever. He knows how to get away with, you know, things in life, you know, try to like get away from also their predators. Okay, that's why he has to be sometimes he has to be sneaky. Okay, so I'm getting with the fox energy is not really the negative side of the fox. It's more on the cleverness, or like, you know how to move in silence. This is what I'm getting with the 7 of Swords. It's not really a negative aspect of the 7 of Swords. So this is the vibe that I'm getting. That's the vibe that you give off, that you move in silence. You don't really show your hand. Okay, with the 9 of Wands, this is like the wounded warrior, but it's also like able to bounce back from adversity, because the 9 of Wands is like, yes, he's wounded, but he's still standing. He's not like fumbling. He's not falling down. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So like, I'm getting the vibe that you give off is that you've been through some things in life, but you were able to bounce back. Okay, you were able to think strategically with the 7 of Swords to get out of certain situation. You use like your knowledge and wisdom that you have with the Hierophant to get out of certain situations. Okay, this is the vibe that you give off, like very like moving in silence with the 7 of Swords. Okay, not in a negative way. Okay, because not all cards, like a card cannot always be negative. It really depends on how it comes off in the reading and how you read it. Okay, so this is how, like, this is the vibe that I'm getting from this. So what vibes do you give off? What vibes do you give off? See, the 7 of Pentacles wants to come out again. We have the star here, healing energy, Aquarius energy. Okay, we have Aquarius and Taurus. We have 7 of Pentacles again, you see, and we have the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, you're very skilled. You give off the vibe that you're very skilled. You have a lot of talents. You're multi-talented here. Okay, this is the vibe that you give off. That you've invested with the Knight of Pentacles twice, that you invested a lot of times. You studied a lot. Like I said, you like studying, you like learning. This is the vibe that you give off. This is the reason why you are in the 10 of Pentacles and 9 of Pentacles. And the 7 of Swords, that you don't show your hands. You don't show like your next move. This is what I'm getting here. You're calculative, because 7 of Swords is also being calculative. So what vibes do you give off? You see the 7 of Cups came out again. It came out and I didn't take it, but it came out again, so I'm gonna take it. So Seven of Cups is like, you give off the vibe that you have a lot of suitors with the Seven of Cups, a lot of options when it comes to love. Yeah, because you're desirable with the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. So you give off the vibe that you are wish fulfillment. We have 999. Some of you may see 999 a lot. So this is like ending a chapter. You give off the vibe that you always have something new on the horizon for you. Okay? Always something new, something better is coming along for you. Like, this is why I'm getting nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. You always get your wish fulfilled. Like, no matter what happens to you in life, you always bounce back. You always heal. Like, with the six of Wands and the Star, you give off the vibe that you are a star, that you are a celebrity, okay? That you're well known, okay? Some of you, like, this is why the Seven of Swords is here. I'm getting like Seven of Swords, like, you don't like to have a lot of people around you. The way you move is very strategic. You when you post online, you post certain things. You don't post about all your life. Like, this is the vibe that I'm getting here as well, okay? But Eight of Pentacles, you're really good at what you do. You have a lot of skills, you have a lot of talents, and this is the vibe that you give off. I'm really getting somebody who could play more than one instrument. Okay, I'm really getting that vibe with the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, and that's the vibe that you give off. Or if it's not an instrument, you could play, like, you're really good at sports. There's something that you do that, like, not everybody could do, okay, and that you're really skilled at it. And that's the vibe that you give off. Like, you don't live, like, you give off the vibe that you also don't live an ordinary life, okay? You're always like onto something else. Like, you give off the vibe that you live an exciting life with the Page of Wands. Yeah, that your life is exciting. There's always some new things that's going on for you, but like, people don't know about it. You see, you move in silence. Yeah, you see the Hermit. Yeah, you like to spend time alone, or like, just who's around you is very limited, or very, like, you're calculative in your move. You don't let people know what you're up to. Seven of Swords, that's what I'm getting with the Seven of Swords especially. And the Hermit, and we have the Emperor. Definitely boss vibe, very knowledgeable. That's the vibe that you give off. That you like to, you give off the vibe that you like to spend time alone with the Hermit a lot, okay? Like, you don't mind being around people, but if you have the option to be around people or to be by yourself, you would rather be by yourself with the Hermit here, okay? So you give off also humble vibes. Like, you're not cocky, you're confident, okay? But you're humble about it. Like, you're not gonna brag about what you could do. Like I said, you're very skilled with the Eight of Pentacles. You don't brag about it. You just, you know, you just keep it to yourself. And then if somebody wants to, like, test you or whatever, test your skills, like, you don't have a problem with the Five of Wands showing what you're made of, okay? With the, you're not scared of competition, okay? Like, this is why I'm getting, like, maybe some of you play sports professionally. Some of you could have played in college or something, or in high school, or even like I said, professionally, okay? You give off the vibe as well with the Six of Pentacles that you're very generous. You have a generous spirit, okay? You're generous of your time. You're generous of your resources. You're a great leader with the Emperor here. You also give off the vibe, especially with the Emperor and the Ten of Pentacles, that you're a provider, okay? You're a boss. You put people on. That's the vibe that you give off, that you put people on, okay? Like, you're not afraid to share your knowledge. You're not afraid to share your gifts with others to help them improve their life. This is where the Six of Pentacles is like coming from. You have a very generous spirit, a very giving spirit. What vibes do you give off? My pal number 3. What vibes? We have the King of Wands. Okay, like, very, you give off the vibe that you are confident in yourself with the King of Wands. Passionate. You're passionate about what you do. You put your all into it. Okay, you're motivated, self-starter. You give off the vibe that you're a self-starter. That's why you like to spend time on your own with the Hermit here. Okay, you rely on your own instincts. You rely on your own intuition, and you don't doubt yourself. That's the vibe that you give off. Like, you know where you're going. Okay, you trust yourself, and you trust your judgment. You don't need nobody else to tell you what to do, or you don't need nobody else's advice. You have like I'm also getting like you give off the vibe that you have a strong connection with the divine, or like you're religious too, or yeah, religious with the Hierophant, or you have some sort of faith that you believe in. That's where your source of power comes from. Okay? So that's all I have for you, my pile number 2. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I hope to see you in my next video, pile number 2. Bye! Hi, pile 3. Welcome to my channel. This is Stella Beauty Tarot back at you again with another video. So, pile number 3. You picked the Page of Swords. So this is going to be your reading, okay? So if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you back. And if you are a newbie, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. So the way I like to do this is I like to smudge the cards first before we get started, so we don't pick up the energy of previous pile or previous readings, okay? So pile number 3, starting from left to right, we have the Muse Tarot deck. The one in the middle is the Lightseer Tarot. And the one on the far right is the Everyday Witch Tarot. Okay? So what vibes do you give off? What vibes do you give off, my pal number 3? What vibes do you give off? Okay, pal number 3. So with the Page of Swords, I'm getting that you give off the vibe that you're very inquisitive. You like to ask questions. You pay attention to details. Okay, like you're detail oriented. Like you give off the vibe as well that you may be a student with the Page of Swords, that you go to school. We have the Six of Cups. What vibes do you give off? What vibes do you give off? We have the Eight of Wands. What vibes do you give off? We have the Strength card, and we have the Five of Wands. You give off a vibe that you're competitive with the Five of Wands, okay? That you like to win. Like you're not afraid of competition, that you're strong with the Strength here. You're confident in yourself. That's the vibe that you give off. With the Two of Pentacles, you give off the vibe that you could juggle a lot of things, that you have a lot of going on in your life with the Two of Pentacles, okay? With the Six of Cups, you give off a vibe that you have like familiar vibe, like people feel like confident or comfortable with you when they're in your presence, okay? We have the Eight of Wands. It's like Eight of Wands is all about fast communication, things happening at a speed of light, but it's also could be creative energy, okay? You have abundant creative energy. That's the vibe that you give off, that you're able to accomplish a lot in a short period of time with the Eight of Wands, okay? You move swiftly. This is what I'm getting here. That's the vibe that you give off. What vibes do you give off? What vibes do you give off, my pal number 3? We have the Hangman. This is all about being enlightened. You give off the vibe that you're enlightened, or that you know you have a lot of knowledge when it comes to like numerology or astrology. You may be a tarot reader. Okay. What vibes do you give off? We have the Ten of Cups. The Four of Wands. Yeah, this is like a sense of familiarity. That's the vibe that you give off. Nine of Pentacles, that you live a life of luxury with the Nine of Pentacles, that you're single and abundant. Okay, you live a beautiful lifestyle. That the Ten of Cups is as well is like a family. So you give off the vibe that you're very family oriented, that you care about the people that are around you. You have a very big heart. That's the vibe that you give off with the Ten of Cups. And the Four of Wands is like I'm getting, beside the Nine of Pentacles, that you live a beautiful lifestyle, harmonious lifestyle, that people that are around you benefit from being around you, because it's like you spread your love, you spread your goodness onto other people, so you bless others like that just with your energy. That's the vibe that you give off, okay? That you're well off. We have the Awakening card, which is the Judgment. You have great judge, you're a great judge of character. That's the vibe that you give off. What vibes do you give off? We have Justice here. This is Libra energy. You're fair in your dealings. You have integrity. That's the vibe that you give off. What vibes do you give off, my pal number 3? What vibes do you give off? We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, like you're family oriented, you are financially stable with the Ten of Pentacles. With the Page of Pentacles, is like you're reliable, you're solid, okay? This is what I'm getting with the Page of Pentacles. Also, you give off the vibe that you're a provider. We have 10-10 here, so you may see 10-10 a lot. So some of you give off the vibe that you're studying law, or that you're a law student, okay? With the Justice, I'm really getting that. Like you go to school, or like not only that you go to school, maybe some of you already have a diploma or a PhD or a bachelor's degree or something like that in criminology or something like that. That's the vibe that you give off, like that you work in the legal system with the Justice here. You're reliable, like you give off of the vibe that you're a reliable person too with the Page of Pentacles, like you're trustworthy. What vibes do you give off, my pal number 3? What vibes do you give off? What vibes? Yeah, you see the 10 of Pentacles again, and the 3 of Cups. 10 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups. What vibes do you give off? Like when I'm seeing the 10 of Pentacles twice, to me it could mean that you give off the vibe that you come from a wealthy family, okay? Or that your family is well known with the 10 of Pentacles. Like prestigious lifestyle too, okay? We have the 8 of Wands again. We have the Hierophant. So knowledgeable, but I'm really getting like with the Justice here, that maybe you come from a family of lawyers, or you come from an established family that is well known, not just in the community, but may have had like done something worldwide where they're renowned. Like you come from a renowned background. This is what I'm getting. This is the vibe that you give off, okay? That you're well established in life, and not only that, your family as well. Yeah, with the 3 of Cups, the 3 of Cups could represent friendship. It could represent love, collaboration as well, collaboration in love. Like you have like large network of people with the 3 of Cups, okay? So you also give off the vibe with the Moon here that you're mysterious, okay? That you have, there's more to you that meets the eyes. Like you don't really show everything that you have to offer, or you don't really show everything that you know. It's like you contain some information to yourself. You remain mysterious to certain people. Like you don't really open up. Like I said, you have a good judge of character with the Awakening card here, okay? That's the vibe that you give off. Very mysterious, very alluring with the Moon here, okay? That there's more to you. I'm really getting the vibe that there's more to you that meets the eyes. Yes, you come off financially stable, you come off like, you know, that have it all together and things happen for you quickly, but also there is more to you. It's not just about money. There is like a depth to you that only people that you allow in your circle gets to see. Okay, it's profound, it's deep, like the ocean, okay? It's like alluring and mysterious. That's the vibe that you give off. We have the 8 of Wands. The 8 of Wands came out again. 8 of Wands to me is like, yes, it is fast communication, but it's also being able to manifest your desires at a speed of light. It's happening fast. Okay, it's the number of abundance as well, infinite abundance, because the 8 is like a loop, the infinite loop. So it's like infinite abundance. You just like radiate a really good positive vibe, like a fiery vibe. You give off the vibe that like when you speak of something, it happens, it appears automatically. Like you don't struggle to manifest things into existence. This is the vibe that you give off. Okay, like you're a great manifester, you're abundant when you manifest. You know, because we have the hangman hangman is here. So hangman is all about enlightenment. So you're enlightened, so you know how to manifest, you know how to create without effort, without struggle. Okay, what vibes do you give off, my pal number 3? What vibes do you give off, my pal number 3? We have the Empress, you see, manifester. Okay, abundant, skillful, creative. You have also like a soft feminine vibe to you. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman here. It's like you give off the vibe that you like to take care of yourself. Like you like to go out for pedicures, manicures, or you indulge in beauty. You live a life of beautiful, like everything around you is beautiful, like the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, so it's like a life of luxury. You give off the vibe that you like to indulge yourself in beautiful things that make you feel good. Okay, you like to cook. You give off the vibe that you like to cook with the Empress here. Okay, you like to cook healthy meals, you know, beautiful meals for your family, or like cook for people that you love and that you cook well. That's the vibe that you give off with the Empress. What vibes do you give off? What vibes do you give off, my pal number 3? We have the 6 of Swords. What vibes do you give off, pal number 3? We have the 10 of Wands. What vibes do you give off? What vibes do you give off? What vibes do you give off, my pal number 3? We have the 2 of Cups. So 6 of Swords, 10 of Wands, and 2 of Cups. So what I'm getting, the vibe that you give off with the 6 of Swords, especially with the 6 of Swords, is like you know how to move through calmer waters. You're really good at problem solving and like diffusing, de-escalating a situation with the 6 of Swords. Okay, I'm getting like great manager vibe. Like you give off a vibe that you're really good at, like I said, problem solving, and also like diffusing a situation where it's like people are arguing or not coming to terms with something. You know how to be the middleman or come to in the middle ground or come to an understanding. Okay, you're well balanced. This is like Libra energy. Okay, you're like a mediator. You give off the vibe that you're the mediator. Okay, with the 10 of Wands, I'm getting you're able to shoulder great responsibilities here. Like you're able to take on a lot of things and you don't complain about it. Okay, with the 2 of Cups, you give off the vibe that you will be a great lover, a great partner, understanding, loving, nurturing. Okay, like you give off the vibe that you will make a great lover with the 2 of Cups. Also that like with the 2 of Cups, what I'm getting, you give off the vibe that you have a lot of wonderful relationships, a lot of wonderful partnerships in your life, because of like the energy that you give off. Okay, what vibes do you give off, my pal number 3? Yeah, we have the Page of Swords again. Okay, you pay attention to details. Okay, I'm getting with the Page of Swords, you're articulate as well. I'm getting like you have a vibe to you. Some people like you give off the vibe that you maybe talk a lot too with the Page of Swords, because the Page of Swords could be gossiping, but I'm not getting like a gossipy vibe, but like you like to have conversation, great conversation. You like to talk about different topics. This is the vibe that I'm getting, not like a negative Page of Swords vibe. Okay, not like the gossipy vibe. It's more like you like to talk about different topics. You like to learn. That's the vibe that you give off. This is why I was getting the student vibe. You like to learn a lot of different topics, like, and you like to learn about different culture. This is the vibe also that you give off, like a student of life. Okay, so that's all I have for you, my pile number 3. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I hope to see you in my next video, pile number 3. Bye.